Hi guys, it is Peter here again. Hence I promise you that each and every day I'm gonna give you analysis. So let's see how many opportunities we can get today. And if you did not subscribe on my YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe on my YouTube channel. So our first video is gonna be about USD, Australian Interest Day, US dollar. Always remember, the higher the time frame, the accurate you're gonna get the results, right? So let's go to higher time frame to look at the market structure, and then we will know what's gonna happen. Now, before we go deeper, I want you guys to understand that I only use four patterns in the market. So whatever opportunities we're gonna get today will be based on the four patterns that I use in the market, right? So looking at the Euro USD right now, applying the line chart, let's see what we get when we apply the line chart on USD. Okay, here on Euro USD, you have a continuation pattern because of these 3 months, it appears like a continuation pattern. But when we go to smaller time frame, you will get a break of structure. Remember, I once said, whenever you get the chance, please go and master support and resistance. All right. Now, when we look at this Euro USD, I'm sorry, Australian dollar versus the Euro USD, on 3 months, you can see that the market went straight for the resistance. Now, let's go to monthly. Let's go to monthly. On monthly chart, what I see here on monthly, I see that the market gave us a break of structure here. The market gave us a break of structure. Let me see that this is just the past information. I want to get something that means in future they will come for this continuation person that will actually get broken trend line. Okay, that's right now. Let's focus on the opportunity we need. So what we're going to do here, we like this one. Remember, I once said when you trade support and resistance, you need to mark it as a zone. So looking at this zone, you can see that it was not tested before. No, it was tested here. And as you can see, the market went down to the break of structure. The market came back for the second time late. That's why you see that the market went back. Now the market is coming down. All right. Let's go to weekly. Let's go to weekly. On the weekly chart, this is what you get. As you go to weekly, it becomes more clear and clear. Now you can see that this pose as our resistance, and it shows that it was not tested before. So now you can see that we have a resistance again. That we have a resistance day, it shows that, okay, now the market is coming down. The question that you're supposed to be asking yourself is, if you're going to be looking for opportunities, where are you going to exit? Here you have a support, a fresh one with one touch. Remember, I said when you trade support and resistance, you need to focus on the touches, right? The touches are very much important. As you can see, let's just go a little bit extra mile. I once said when you trade support and resistance, you need to focus on the touches. So here you can see you have two touches already. Let's extend this one to the right. You can see what they did here. I once said to you, when you trade support and resistance, your job is to focus them. This is your resistance. They penetrated this resistance, showing us that when we come back to this level, we're going to break, right? Again, here you have your, it comes from our left-hand side, you have your resistance. It has several touches, as you can see. It's extended to the left. How many touches that are visible here? 1, 2. The market penetrated the resistance here. it went down eventually because of the trend line that goes like this. The market went down. As the market went down, already they gave us a sign here that when we come back to this level, we're going to break it. Hence, you can see what happened. Now you are left with the resistance that was not tested. So they pushed the market all the way up. And again, the market was supposed to just go all the way up and come back down. But because of the trend line that goes like this, because of the trend line that goes like this, they did not go all the way to the above resistance. They went down because of the trend line. They went for the new support. Now that we have the support here, they push the market back to the actual resistance. Now they are coming back where? To this support again, to test the support before they will continue pushing the market all the way up. Okay, let's go down the time frame. That this is a weekly chart. Let's move to daily. And if you do have a request, feel free to request and ask for a certain pair that you want me to check for me. Now that you can see that, okay, the market is going down, I once showed you how to see if the market is going to change the direction. If you still remember, it's okay. If you don't remember, still no problem. I once said to you as well, whatever that you do on your right-hand side, you need to rely on your previous trend. On your previous trend here, you have your support. This is your support. If you remember my words, I once said, when you trade support and a resistance, it is your job to pay attention to what happened before they break the support. So if you check here, there's a trend line. It looks like this. This trend line was the main reason why the market did not go for the continuation pattern. As I always say, to check what happened before they break the support or the resistance. This is your resistance coming from the left-hand side. This is where the resistance was broken. We are on daily chart right now. And then they came back to respect the trend line and the resistance at the same time. They pushed the market higher. Now they came back down to the actual support again, but the support was penetrated. Here you can see, revealing that when we come back to this level, we're going to break it. Why did they penetrate the support here? It is because of the PCP that we have on our left-hand side. This PCP that you see, it is the main reason why the market went down before going up. This is where you'll find people telling you about fake outs, false break, what shall tomorrow will tell a little. Now that we know that there's a PCP there, we highlight our PCP, we wait for the market to come to our PCP so that we take our entry. Where they place their stop losses, we place our entries. All right, let's go deeper again. So now that you see the market went for the continuation pattern, this is the actual support. So I will have to remove this one and mark as a zone from here going to my right-hand side. The market went down. Here, you can see this is your support. The market reacted on this support. It went back to what? It went back to the break of structure, indicating that we're going to push the market down as well. Let me check this trend line. I'm not sure if it is accurate. It is not giving me what I'm looking for. Let me put it down here. Here we go. Seems like it was not tested, but it was tested, not specifically here. It was tested here. You can see that the market closed below the trend line. These candlestick, the red one, the green one that you see, it went back to test the trend line before they continue pushing to the downside. So we don't need this trend line anymore. We have to remove it. If you do not take your time when you analyze like I do right now, you will have difficulties when it comes to getting right entries. Now, take your time when you analyze. Do not rush to buy. Do not rush to sell. All right. That now we know that, okay, the market is pushing down and the market is currently here. We're looking for opportunities. What is it that we must do? We move to 4-hour chart. This is my 4-hour chart. This is what you see on 4-hour chart. Looking at, let's remove everything. So the chart becomes clean. Now that you see that, okay, the market shows that, okay, we are pushing down. As we are pushing down, we have opportunities as well, but already we are late. The opportunity we were supposed to get was this breaker structure. You can see that the breaker structure was already tested. You can see that they left the support here. They went all the way down. Use your line chart and focus on your left-hand side. Here, this is your resistance that was broken. This is what I call minor support and resistance. So this is your minor support and resistance. So the resistance was broken, it was never tested. Here you also have a support based on the line chart. This is your support, it was broken, it was never tested. They came back forward for the breaker structure. They then went down. Now we are looking for opportunities. We want to sell. We want to sell. Let's go to 3-hour. On 3-hour, we don't have much information. You see how dangerous it is to analyze without checking every information. Majority of those who don't have much experience, they will spot this as their support, breaker structure, they enter, they place their stop losses just above the market we went to their stop loss before going down. This is where people will feel like, no, whatever that I do in the market is not respecting my support and resistance. It goes up and create fake outs. You forget about the structure. That is why what I do, I start on higher time frame and go down. I don't just analyze on 4-hour. I don't just analyze on 1 hour. I go through all the time frame to see what is actually happening or what happened. So we continue to smaller time frame as well. We go to 2-hour chart. It is your job or your responsibility to go through all the time frames. Then this one, we don't need it anymore. That means we have to remove it. Now, after removing this one, you have a new support here. This one might not be a new support because of we have to check on our left-hand side on what happened. So let's check. Okay, on our left-hand side, we don't have much information. This one is posing as our new support. If this one is posing as our new support, it means the market's going to reflect on this one. Let's go to 1 hour. If the market comes down, already they went for this supply and demand. If you remember, or if you have the ebook, I once said in the beginning of a new trend, you get a supply and demand. Here is your supply and demand. Let's talk about those who are focusing on this one specific. This is your resistance. The market respected the resistance, but it went down first. Those are the losses that people are taking unnecessary. Now, the market is going up. Where is the market going? It is coming for this continuation pattern before it goes down. The reason why they're going to push the market up, it is because of we have people who like to jump on a moving trend, that they see that here we have a strong move. Or let me just put it like this. We had people who jumped in based on the size of this candlestick. And then they said, let me wait for the next one. If it's going to be huge, I'm getting in. They like to jump in on a moving trend. They went in expecting another large candlestick, the market went up. That's a loss, right? Now the market is coming down. They see it goes up. A huge candlestick. They will like, oh, flip. Now the market is going down because of it was coming for this support. to test it as a resistance. Right? So it means now we can sell and go down with the market. They start selling, the market goes back up. So the best thing that you can do for now is to wait for the market to come back to this continuation pattern so that you can sell. Your stop loss is supposed to be above, the market will go down. Now, let me show you how your trade's supposed to look like. Your trade's supposed to look something like this. Give the market a space to breathe. Don't put a tight stop loss. We are on 1 hour. This is nothing. This may not be your first take profit, but you can make it your first take profit if you want. The reason why I'm saying this is not supposed to be your first take profit, it is because of the market will come down to this. Let me start here. Let me do it like this. When we push the market up, that's our entry. The market comes down to the support. The market goes back to the breaker structure. We continue pushing the market to the downside. These are the things that you must look for right now. Let's go to our left-hand side. On our left-hand side, what do we have? Let's apply line chart. We have a resistance here. This is your resistance. If this is our resistance, let's come back again to the current trend. Now the market is coming down. If the market's going to act on this as our support, it means we already get our 2 touches. The market will go up for the breaker structure, right? If the market goes up for that breaker structure and then it comes down to this support on our left-hand side, because it shows that it was never tested, the market will go back to test the breaker structure and continue pushing to the downside. This, you can make it as your first take profit, TP1. This is your TP1. It means, now let me erase, it means your first take profits go here. This is your first take profit. Let's move again. Let me go to 4 hour before daily. Let's check it on a higher time frame. What you see here is a continuation pattern on 4 hours. Let's extend the continuation pattern to the right-hand side. So the chances of them penetrating the support is very high because of the continuation pattern. And if the market goes back up, it will come down and break this one and go down. You have this as your support. And then you have this one as your support as well. Now, I hate to draw lines like this, no? But the reason why I'm drawing this line is because of the market's going to react on this one before reaching out for this one. So it will be up to you on how you're going to put your take profit. But this one's called first take profit. So what I'm going to do here, I will enter. I'm not going to exit here. I'm going to exit on this one when I'm done. But again, the reason why I'm going to exit on this one is because of this one is reflecting on higher time frame. Remember, these are what we call minor support and resistance. This one is what we call a support and resistance. Let me just put this one. Support and resistance, because of this one appears from higher time frame. Let me check which time frame it appears on. I don't want to just say this is our major support and resistance, but it looks like that if I go to weekly. And if I go to weekly, this is the support we have now. You will see that. So if we go back to daily, we can classify this one as our major one. We can classify this one as our major. And when I apply my line chart, You see here we have a continuation pattern as well. We have a continuation pattern as well. And remember, if it happens that the market's not gonna go as we planned, always observe, always check what the market is doing in case things change along the way. But let me go back to 1 hour. This is your entry. Leave the market space to create. Your stop loss must always be above. Your stop loss must always be above the continuation pattern. So this is zero. Now this is not the target. This is not our main target. This is our main target. It means we're gonna hold this one up until somewhere next week. Anyway, because already we are on Thursday. It will hold up until somewhere next week. This one. So do not forget to like and subscribe if you prefer to approach the market this way. And if you don't have my ebook, make sure that you get the ebook, my what you call it? I will leave my number so that you can text me if you don't have the ebook. These are the simplest patterns that you can use in the market, and this is the simplest information one can use. Even if you are still new in the market, this information will help you become profitable.